So I saw on your bio, of course, that you started getting into hip hop at age 12. What type of music were you listening to before that, and how does it influence your work now?
So you saying like before I was 16?
Yes.
Well, yeah, when I was younger, I was like raised in a church, so I was at church all the time. So I usually listen to like gospel music, like Kirk Franklin or Fred Hammond, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I listen to mostly growing up, just being in a car going to church or what they play in the house. And I really wasn't even allowed to listen to rap. That's why I didn't listen to it till later on, because I didn't have it in the house. And then when I got older, we got cabled, and it got impossible to really stop at that point. But that's the only reason why. It was up to them. I probably wouldn't have heard it still.
So do you think that music has an influence on your work at all?
It influences how I think as a person, but I don't really put gospel into my music for real.
Cool beans. What does your music mean to you?
I think it's just the way that I feel, but in places where if something happens throughout the day or something happens between me and a person, or it can be something I see about life, it can be something I make up. It's just the way you can take anything that you can think of, create, and you can, write that story or say those words or make those comparisons on a song. It's just, it's like you said, it's an expression. But for me, it's just everything that I see, everything that I live. Sometimes it's for speaking for people that may feel like I feel, but maybe they just can't say it the right way, or they don't have the platform, or maybe they're too shy to say it. So I like my music to speak out for independent artists and stuff like that.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to know, I'm glad you said something about creation, is how did you come up with the name 16, especially the way that it's spelled?
Well, yeah, I was thinking, for a long time, when I decided to be, I'm going to be a rapper or whatever. So I just looked at it, 16 is a verse, you know what I'm saying? It's like the base of, rap basically is 16. That's, just a standard term. And then I started at 16. My birthday is on May 16th. And I made it 16 like I was a 16th teenager or whatever. So, I just put all that together. It looks cool when you spell it. It just, it just stuck.
Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, interesting story. You've been rapping for a while now, obviously. So, how has your flow changed? Because of course, I can't tell, but I like your flow now. To me, it's very conversational. I can understand. But how has it developed over time?
I think it just starting out as a rapper. The thing is, I don't have nobody in my family is really musical oriented. So it's basically, and I started at a later age, like I said. So at 16, it's I'm just not really being able to listen to rap. Whenever I want. So I kind of taught myself everything by listening to it so much. I learned just a lot of nuances in music, and I think what you hear today is just a combination of a lot of different styles that I picked up from other people. Things I see trends. It's I couldn't even I could explain it, but I couldn't really explain everything how I write a verse, because I just drawn just from so many different elements of music and different artists and songwriting. So that's why my flow now, on certain songs, I think even I just a greater you, it's a lot better than it used to be. It stands out because I just realized that's a really important part of music.
I definitely agree. I not only noticed that you're an artist, but it seems like you're way more. I see you on Twitter, I see you on Vine, I see you on everything. And there's also your website, Yesterday's Nothing. What exactly is Yesterday's Nothing?
Yesterday's Nothing, at first, it's an idea. It stands for, you know what I'm saying? Say, okay, you do a good job, say you go, your day-to-day job, you go out, you do, have all your tasks, you complete them, you knock them out. You know what I'm saying? That's a good job. So when you wake up the next day, I believe you have to have that yesterday's nothing and mentality as in, even though you did that, you got to do it again. You can't lose focus. Like, yesterday's nothing. If you keep that mentality, I think that's what leads to greatness. Like, if you look at people, you know, like the Steve Jobs or the LeBron James or Michael Jordan or whoever you can, Barack Obama, these people, it's like they set their days up every day for perfection. You know what I'm saying? They don't do something one day, take a month off. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people do. You get motivated for about a week and you quit like every single day to dedicate it. So that's what that means. And then also, I needed something to represent me. I just realized with music, me being 16 was cool, but I needed something bigger than me to make people mess with me. Like, just because I rap nowadays, that doesn't mean enough. So yesterday's nothing, like I said, with that idea. Now I can tell it to you, and you can say, wow, now I wear the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I learned, and yesterday's nothing makes you a part of my music because it's an idea now. It's not just me. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense. I understand exactly what it is now. What is yesterday's specific mission?
The mission, like it says, like I said, it's an idea. I know, like a lot of people, it's like this. Like say, you know, you want to change a way of life. You know what I'm saying? So you can put on an event. That event will be good. It'll work for that day. It'll work for that moment, and the people that show up. But it's gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? When people forget about it. But if you change people's way of thinking, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It lasts. It changes everything. You see what I'm saying? And just the way around here, the music scene around here is the way people are thinking that's got it messed up. So I realized with yesterday's nothing with me reaching out, putting people's music on the blog for free. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of promotion for free. You know what I'm saying? Just building networks, going to people's shows. They're coming to my shows now. Just building that camaraderie between artists and DJs and producers. So if that thinking changes, and long term, we'll see more, you know, change overall.
I like that. Yesterday's nothing, well, and you, of course, because yesterday's nothing is you and you are your brand. It definitely has, it serves a purpose, especially for the hip hop culture. I like that. So,
thank you very much.
No problem. Of course, now we know that you're an artist that's more than an artist. Why is that so important to you?
I think because I just realized, like, it's like something like, I'll tell you, let's say a quote my brother gave me. He told me that we only use, like, a certain part of our brain. I forgot the percentage. It was a very small percentage. And he went on to say, like, we don't know what we can accomplish just because if we don't think we can do it, we don't try it. But you see what I'm saying? That's the reason it's not getting done. So I think me being a rapper, like I can rap, that's cool, but like I can do so many more things. I'm good at promoting, I'm good at talking to people, I'm good at organizing, so I can do events. You know what I'm saying? I just put on my first show. Basically me and my partner, we put on a show that we got, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I can still write songs, I got features coming, like I just realized I can do more, so why cut myself short and just be a rapper?
Right. You can do so much more. And I think that, like, for me, it made me notice you. I've also noticed that you're comfortable with you. How important do you think that is for you and as for any artist?
That's the biggest thing ever. I think it's why somebody like Lil D can, you know, be famous basically because he do what he do and he don't care. Like he in it so much. It's him. Like you first see it, you think it's a gimmick. But he's done it so long. Everywhere you go, everywhere you see him, it's almost like you gotta respect it. Like that's who he is. Kanye was. You know what I'm saying? All these people have these personalities, but it's not personalities. It's just them. They're not trying to be anybody else. And I realized that's me. That's how it has to work for me. So if you don't like what I do, then you just don't have to listen to it. But the people that do like it, you know what I'm saying, they really don't like it. And that's, I mean, it don't even make sense. Why would I do something that's not me? I can only give you me, you know?
I'm glad you said that because it made me think about your song, I Want It. And you talk about how rappers do different things to, I guess, you know, to look flashy. They have the cars and all this stuff, and how it's really tied into a business. And you say that's marketing, not skill. Basically, you walk your talk.
Right. that part, well, I mean, because you got it right. I mean, I'm glad you noticed that, but I was just trying to say, I mean, when you would strip it down, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop in itself, not just any other genre, hip-hop in itself, it came from, you know what I'm saying, the rapper, the DJ, but it's about the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, it's about who, a lot of people didn't rap because, let's say, like, let's say rap first came about, a lot of people didn't rap because you weren't good at it. You didn't want to embarrass yourself. You didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, you have respect for it. Like, this is nice, you know what I'm saying, like, LL Cool J or whatever, how far back you want to go, you know what I'm saying, rock can, whatever, but you respect them to a point where I'm not even going to try to rap because it would be a mockery to him. Like, I'd be talking about the trash. So I just think I was trying to say we got so far from that to the money aspect and the, you know what I'm saying, the status aspect. It's not even about lyrics no more. It's a business plan. Like, you can go give them some money, give them a basic song and a beat, but you can do a nice video and put the right props in it, and now he's a quote-unquote rapper. But that has nothing to do with what he's talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. Do you think there's a way for more artists like yourself to kind of change that, maybe? Or even if it's possible to change?
I mean, at this point, I just realized because of technology, you know what I'm saying, you can record nowadays on any basic, you know what I'm saying, laptop, computer, or your iPhone, whatever. So because of that, you're not going to be able to funnel out anybody from rapping that, you know, might not be serious or whatever. It's just, we have to, a lot of independent artists, my problem with independent artists is they just complain too much. Like, if nobody knows who you are, and you think, like, if you, of course you're going to think the music is good, you made it. But you can't not do any work just because you think it will travel off the strip of being that great. Like, somebody's going to hear it and go, oh my God, you know what I'm saying, give it to 1,000 people. Like, if you really think like that, it's very, you know what I'm saying, narcissistic. So the reason I don't like, I mean, not say don't like, but my problem with the independent artists, what I want to help change them is they just got to hustle hard. That's really all it is.
I agree. That has a lot to do with it. And a lot of times, those with less talent actually make it more because they do hustle harder.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Back to your flow, though. So to me, like I said before, your flow is very conversational. And I also like the scrimmage because it's like a groovy track to me. So I can put it on repeat and just groove out. So, like, tell me exactly, or tell the people exactly what you're talking about on this track.
This one was like, when me and my dude, like, young Chris, he hit me up, and, you know, we were just sitting there. The beat is like, you know, kind of some hip-hop type of song with the snare, and it's from a Wiz mixtape, actually, and I really like that song. And he gave it like a concept and kind of, you know, rap on a beat to it. I mean, with a meaning. So I wanted to just flip it and just kind of just rap, just no really concept. I'm just talking about whatever I felt at that moment. But I really like it just because it's my way of, like, when you asked me earlier, like, how's an expression, like, that was me basically showing off, you know, and like, I was trying to do it inadvertently, but, you know, a lot of rappers get on tracks and they talk about, like, they'll shoot you, or I'm the best, or I'm this, or I'm that, but, like, I just subtly tried to, like, when I said, like, what I say, I wouldn't know perfection if it wasn't for the flaws. Like, basically, I wouldn't know how to get better if I didn't listen to y'all music that's garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I said it in a way that, you know, you wouldn't get it if you wasn't really thinking about it.
Gotcha. And I like the lyrics on that too. Even if you think that, you know, you were just playing around, like, I got a lot from it. And so that means a lot just because of everything that you just said, because it's how you think. And to me, that makes you a great artist. That makes you stand out. So I appreciate your work a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell me, or tell everyone about, you know, your mixtape and anything that you may have coming up as well.
Okay, well, yesterday, nothing. That was in October of 2012. And I dropped that just because I needed, it's almost like an album to me in a way, but I had like all the original beats. I tried to give it like a flow, you know, the skit. I gave it, it's a skit there, it's 7 tracks. each song really has a concept. So, because I needed something out there basically that I could give to somebody, like no matter who it was, you know, black, white, never heard rap before, or whatever. But it just sounds. It's me. It's hip hop. It's all of that. It has integrity. It has all of that. So I really can stand by it. I think like, and it's like timeless. Like I dropped it then, and I think if you never heard it and I gave it to you now, it wouldn't sound old. You know what I'm saying? Just from what I'm talking about and how it's put together. So you know.
And I definitely agree because I heard it this year.
Right, exactly. And then, like I said, it might be 8 or 9 months old. You know what I'm saying? You just heard it, but you really like it. So, you know, that's the kind of backs up what I said, and that's good.
Also, just tell everyone how they can reach you.
Well, the easiest way to be on Twitter is at Sicksteen, SICKSTEEN_216. Also, my website is www.yesterdaysnothing.com. There's no punctuation or spaces, so yesterday's nothing. And yeah, those are the two quickest ways, honestly. I have like other social networks. I'm online. I'm on Instagram at 16. My Facebook is 16. LinkedIn is 16. Like I have all of that, but those are like the two that I'll probably be on the most. So, you know, you can hear me anywhere. My music is on SoundCloud at 16216. That's the best way to get all my music. It's all on there also.
Yesterday's nothing. Hit it in the worst way. You only winning when you finishing in first place. I'm taking knowledge when I'm